What's going on, guys? Noodlez here. This is the deck I took to the Broken Arrow or Tulsa Regional. It was 308 players. I did wind up placing the highest out of my group, but that's not saying a whole lot. I really wanted to place a lot higher than I did, but I'm rusty and I didn't get a lot of playtesting. I literally put this deck together Wednesday before the event. And this event was on the 6th of January. Real quick, I'm going to get into my matchups. I faced Labyrinth round 1 and I lost. I faced the Yang Dino round 2 and I won. I faced Rescue Ace and lost, and then I faced Rescue Ace again and I won. I 2-0'd him. And then I faced Live Twin Sprite and I lost in time. It was 1-1 and he was all out of stuff. So in the long game, I was going to win that match. But because time was called, I did not win. And then I faced Gold Pride Punk, which was pretty cool. He wound up just getting a really big Psychic and Punisher, even though I was trying to give him life points with Upstart Goblin. And just being able to attack for game. Then I got a bye, and then I faced Argdatic. And they apparently have a card where you contribute a reptile and summon a token for every 2 levels you attributed. So they were kind of doing some shenanigans with that, which was pretty cool, to be honest. And then I faced Cash, so I went 3-6, unfortunately. Well, let's get into this profile. I'm playing 1 Majesty's Fiend, and 3 Vanity's Fiend. The only time I ever saw these were when they were all clumped together. Like, I remember one of my opening hands was literally just 3 Vanity's Fiend. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? So the only time they were ever, like, I don't think they were ever, like, too useful for me. And the only time I've ever seen them was when they were clumped up, which is really bad. This is a 40-card deck, but I did run 2 Upstart, just because I didn't have some of the stuff. And this is also an easy side-out card, and I would often just side it out. Called by the Grave, which I never did see. I probably should have sided it out a few times, but I decided to just keep it in just in case. Terraforming. This is Runick, so you got to get through your field spell, and not wasting a tip or a Hugin on this is really nice. 3 Desires. I never once got ashed on this, which I thought was amazing because I was waiting for it the whole event. A 1 day apiece. This against the second Rescue Ace player, it saved me. He went first. I milled him out a bit. I played 1 day of peace. And he was like, alright, so you're not going to take damage on my battle phase, right? And I was like, that's right. Neither one of us are going to be taking damage until my next turn. So he just pretty much passes, and then I milled him out. So that was really good. The 2 Fountain, because now we're going to be getting into the Runick cards. 2 Fountains, because Fountain is a Semide. 3 Tip. 3 Freezing Curses. 3 Flashing Fire. It's true. 3 Runick Destruction. Sometimes I would have activated Runick Destruction whenever they activated random spells, because they weren't going to set anything, and it allowed me to draw off a Fountain, and it really confused a few of the players, because I was like, it gets destroyed, but you still get to do its effect because it's not a continuous. So sometimes I would just activate it to make a mill 4 in order to draw off a Fountain. 3 Slumber. Whenever Unchained was really good, this was a really good card against it because it prevents them from being destroyed once. So whenever they activate an effect that destroys one of their monsters, you can just chain this, and then their monster doesn't get destroyed. Tooth Missing Storm. I had a Rescue Ace player banishing the top 8, which is how I milled him out so fast. I milled him for 8 on both turns. It was really nice. 2 Golden Droplet. This is like really focused on the Runick stuff, so you're playing 2. I would have played 3 instead of an Upstart, but playing 2 is fine. It also combos well into Dispelling, because you make them draw a card, and Dispelling only activates when your opponent adds a card from deck to hand or draw it. So, and what it does is it makes your opponent discard a random card, and then they banish the top 2. So you make them draw 1, banish 4, and then you activate this, discarding a card from their hand, and then they banish the top 2. So it was really good. And this is a card that I probably shouldn't have played, but since I didn't play test this deck at all, I was playing 2 Runick Lore. The original list had 3. I sided this out almost all the time, along with the Upstart. This is the continuous spell that you can search for Moonin, and all it does is whenever a quick play is played in a new chain, it activates and advances the top 1. I did win some games because of this, but I think if I was going to win games off of this, I was already going to win anyway. And then just a 3 skill drain. This is a 40 card deck. So let's get into the extra. For the extra, I played 3 Hugin. It's really good. It's the searcher for the field spell. Sometimes I would summon this out, discard a card. I'd summon this out with a runic spell, activate it to discard a card, chaining Fountain, and I would discard another runic spell, so I'd have 3 engraved, so I'd draw 3. So that was pretty cheeky, it was pretty good. But you could also use this to actually block the Fountain that you already have. 2 Moonin. I never used its second effect. I did try to use its effect to gain life points. I think once, but it never really does come up. 3 Gary. I don't know why I never summoned him. Ideally it's to get Fountain back, but I never had or need to get Fountain back. 1 Freaky. I did summon this once because I don't take battle damage and it makes my opponent mill 2. I believe they got rid of it before that effect could pop off, and at one point they Ice Dragon's prisoned me whenever I had Frecky engrave, and I also had Slipnir engrave because they're both beasts. I did try to summon this against someone. It was against Labyrinth, and I was going to banish something, but they Ice Dragoned me. And the last actual card I played was Typhon, the Sky Crisis. I never did make him. I never had a real reason to. Yeah, I don't think I could have made him in a lot of matchups that he would have been useful in. And then some spicy tech I was playing, in case people were playing the Fire King Dogmatica stuff, because I have the room. 2 Intis, Cyber Dragon Nova, and Invoked Mechaba. It was just going to be something spicy to capitalize on people that were playing Dogmatica, but I didn't run into any. And for the side deck, I ran 2 Sphere Mode. I never did side this in. 3 Lava Golem. I did side it in, and I only got to see it against a Rescue Ace player, but he just summoned the stuff back. But I got rid of his SP Little Knight, which is what I really wanted to do. 3 Spooky Dogwood. This would have came into time if... It came into time, but I never got to see it. 2 Triple Attack. I would side this in, and I would side out the upstarts, and I would see it, and it was really nice. 3 Dark Bribe. I would side this in almost every time, and I got evenly matched twice, and both times I got evenly, I had a Dark Bribe for it. And then 2 Soul Drain in case I ran into any tiers for people coping, and Orchest. But I didn't run into any Orchest or tier.